Welcome to Legacy Baseball. It is week 6, and we're happy to have you with us here. Looks like it's going to be a fun one. We've got Twin Cities and Providence. Pittsburgh, rather. Coming up for you on this Sunday afternoon. I'm Drew. Welcome to the Legacy Baseball League. We are happy to have you. Let's take a look first at the hot stove across the Legacy Baseball League this week. There's been a lot of trades as we move towards the 1911 draft. Starting out with Brooklyn and Cleveland. Superior center fielder defender Elroy Sohm. And a kind of old school pitcher Joseph Tibbetts is headed over to Cleveland in exchange for the heavy-hitting Harland Dawkins and a valuable first-round pick. So, interesting trade. Brooklyn's going to shore up their bats against right-handers. Cleveland's going to improve up the middle and take a lottery card out on a pitcher who, if his movement can improve, as scouts expect it to, should add some value at the bottom of this Cleveland rotation. Next, we've got a trade between Cleveland and Providence. Looking at this trade, this is a big package headed over to Providence in exchange for their longtime centerpiece, Loyal Wright. Now, he's listed as a shortstop, but you're usually going to see Wright at second base these days. And he is headed over to Cleveland in exchange for a treasury of players. It's going to start with Lawrence Witt, a superior glove at second base, not quite the bat that Wright has, but we'll see Witt probably fall right into that second base position. And then a couple of lottery tickets from the minor league rotation for Cleveland, though I think Sturdy probably has a better chance of starting than Faunthorpe. And if these two players can improve their control, they're going to be valuable for the Providence organization. And, of course, that second-round pick is always valuable. So very interesting trade here. And there's more than one GM that's happy to see the heavy-hitting Wright head over to the Western League. Small trade in this last sim. This is going to be Rooster Bradley, a low-control starting pitcher, heading over to Detroit in exchange for a third-round pick. I like the trade. You can find value in the third round in the LBL, but it's always a bit of hit or miss. And Bradley, if he can improve that control, maybe get his way into the start of a rotation in the Western League. So it'll just depend on how well he pans out. I like the trade a lot. And finally, my own trade in Richmond. The Bat Boy Okie Sibthorpe, a favorite in Richmond, is headed over to St. Louis in exchange for their organizational catcher James Bell and a middle pick in the third round. So overall, this trade sends a powerful contact situational bat over to St. Louis, who they've got him starting against righties and lefties. And then James Bell is named the clear successor of Celestin Robley, who's been catching for Richmond for a long time, but is after all 38 years old despite having a good season. So sad to see Okie and the Bat Boy head over to the West, but we're glad to have a shore-up for Robley's inevitable retirement. We'll take a look at the standings now. So interesting sims this week. We see Richmond recovering from a pretty rocky start. Philly cooling off just a little bit in the last sim, though the Rifles and the Brewers are still locked near that second place position, and don't count the Bakers or the Clippers out yet either. Them just 1 or 2 games behind second place and holding. I think we're going to see Philly and Richmond continue to be at each other's throats towards the stretch. Over in the Western League, the defending champions, Cleveland, are holding off Twin City by a game. Pittsburgh, kind of floundering a little bit, but still just a couple game and a half out of first place. And Beavers doing very well. And look at Detroit, 15-13, well above 500. Detroit has a lot of batters doing very well here in the 6th week of play. And the Reds, recovering from a rough start as well, they get above 500. The two Chicago teams holding down the end of that Western League standing. So a lot of vying for second place as we move into the middle point of the season. And ahead of the draft, we will see what teams choose in their strategies, who's going to hang on to try and grab that second playoff spot in each league. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with live action between the Oilers and the Twin City Empire here in the Western League in Legacy Baseball. We are back with game action here. Twin Cities against the Pittsburgh Oilers. Looking at Oilers Field here. exciting matchup coming your way to see who can vie for that second place spot, or maybe with a sweep and some luck even surpass the Athletics in this closely contested Western League. Taking a look at the defense for Pittsburgh, not a lot of changes from last year. You see Theron Bennett in left, Charles Bird in center, and John Morris making his Major League debut today in right field. A trade over from Brooklyn. Now, he probably would have started a little sooner. He had an injury that held him up a couple of weeks, but always exciting to catch the cup of coffee live on the broadcast. Hopefully he can do his folks proud in his debut. Infield, Earnshaw is the new third base centerpiece at the hot corner. And then you're going to see Alfred Miller at short, James Knight at second, Fletcher West moved to first base this year. Billy the Kid Kynaston will do the pitching today, a guy who came up in the Richmond organization. He moved over to Pittsburgh a while ago in the big Tennessee Mears trade, and he is actually facing, leading off, his old teammate, Marion Chataway. Chataway, one of the first big contracts that was dumped over to Twin Cities around 1901. That sent Ralph Bennett, who is still playing back up in Richmond, in exchange for a trove that included Marion Chataway. Chataway has done well for Twin Cities. He's been in the outfield for a long time, and he still has a bit of speed behind him. He's known for his postseason heroics. And, of course, Wilfred Longford for the Oilers is going to do the catching today. So we get underway at 7:35 p.m. here in Pittsburgh. There's the pitch, the 1-1. That's going to be a high fly ball into center field, chased down by Bird. And there is one down. Underway here in Pittsburgh. Still a lot of baseball left. Though Pittsburgh, who had their first playoff appearance last year, hoping to replicate that success. Kynaston has the 0-2 on the way to Charles Masterson. Hard hit ball down the third baseline. That's going to be delayed a little bit by Earnshaw. Low throw, pulled in, and Masterson is out by a couple of steps. So 2 down here in the top of the first. And here comes Raymond Stevenson. Stevenson, who had some big hits in the playoffs last year. Stevenson off to a pretty good start, hitting .328 with 10 RBIs. He's got a stolen base. Kynaston off to a really good start this year. 2.22 ERA, as here's the pitch. That's going to be a blooper, a diving catch by Charles Bird. He sprints up on that ball to end the inning, and the Empire go 1-2-3 on the beautiful dive by Charles Bird in center field. Bottom of the first now. Twin Cities defense, you've got Walter Hall in left, Elmer Lawrence in center, and Marion Chataway in right. Chataway, he played left for Twin Cities for a good 6 or 7 years. He's moving over to right, though, to make room for Hall. Hall with that very strong arm. Then across the infield, you've got Gaston Manwaring, Superior Glove at third base, Curtis Rose at short, Charles Masterson holding down second, and Raymond Stevenson, the powerful bat, at first. Albert Winnall, once the darling of the minor league organization over there in Twin Cities, struggling a bit this year with an ERA over 4.0, and Archie Adams doing the catching. So Theron Bennett's going to lead things off for the Pittsburgh Oilers. He's hitting .310 with an RBI this year. He's hitting .333 in May. He takes the 1-2 high fly ball into center field. And that is put away by Elmer Lawrence. 1 down. Here's Leroy Earnshaw, the third baseman. He takes the 1-2 from Winnall. It's going to be a base hit into right field, played on the hop. It's brought in by Chataway, so infield single to Earnshaw. So with 1 out, that'll put a runner on first. Charles Bird up now. Bird leading with an average of 345, 7 RBIs, a couple of stolen bases. Bird, one of the center features of this lineup. He swings and misses at a slider from Winnall. First strikeout of the night for Winnall. That'll put 2 down with a runner on first. That'll bring up James Knight. Well, Bird and Knight is a powerful 1-2 punch that has served the Oilers very well for the last couple of years. 1-2 to Knight. Swing and a miss. Make it 2 strikeouts for Winnall. Inning over. Oilers get nothing and strand all. We go to the top of the second inning with the score tied at 0. And back comes Billy the Kid Kynaston. Like I mentioned last inning, Kynaston off to a really career-strong start. He's done well for the Oilers since they gave up Tennessee Mears for him those years ago. And out trots center fielder Elmer Lawrence, who is leading the Western League in doubles. Elmer Lawrence, just a fantastic hitter. 17 RBIs this season. He takes the 2-0 from Billy the Kid. Hard hit ball down the first baseline. That's handled. Fletcher West has it, and Lawrence is away. Here comes shortstop Curtis Rose. Curtis Rose, one of the better defenders you'll see in the Western League. Good glove first shortstop. Though he is hitting a .380. Leading the team this year. He's got 18 RBIs. Here's the first pitch from Billy the Kid. That's a fly ball hit sharply into right field. Handled by the rookie John Morris, who again is making his debut today for the LBL. Make it 2 down. Left fielder Walter Hall up now. Middle of the Empire order. Really hitting well this season. Here's the 2-2 from Billy the Kid. That's hit right up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. And Hall is aboard. Gaston Manwaring, that's a name for you. The third baseman is off to quite a start this season, hitting .366 with 10 RBIs from the 7-hole. A couple of stolen bases as well. Here's the 1-0 on the way from Kynaston. Runner on first. That's going to be another hit right up the middle. Let's put 2 runners on, and it looks like they're going to round him over. So Hall is going to make it into third base. It was close. Bold move, aggressive base running by Twin Cities, and just like that, they've got runners on second and third. So with Manwaring on second, Hall on third, Archie Adams, the catcher, is up to bat. He's hitting .213. Here's the full count pitch, payoff on the way. A strikeout by Billy the Kid. Nicely done to dig himself out of the hole. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors. 2 men left on base. We go to the bottom of the second with no score. And here's Wilfred Longworth. Longworth, the catcher. Longworth had a lot of good throws to second base in the postseason last year in the games we covered. Boy, he sniped more than a couple base runners. He takes the 1-2 now. Swing and a miss. Make that 3 strikeouts early for Albert Speedy Winnall. And we go now to Fletcher West, who's hitting .316 from the 6-hole. He takes the 2-0 from Winnall. Fly ball, center field. That'll be played on the hop. Lawrence gets it in, and Fletcher West has himself a base hit. So with 1 out, West is on first base, and that'll bring up the rookie John Morris, his first Major League at-bat here at 8:03 p.m. Pitch from Morris. That'll be a hard hit ball to the shortstop. Swung over, and Morris's first at-bat is a double play. The 6-4-3, unfortunately, is how he starts his career in the LBL. No runs, a hit, no errors, nobody left on. The rookie Morris's debut hit is a double play. And we go to the top of the third. Pitcher Albert Winnall, leading, really setting a good example for his team, hitting .350 as a pitcher. He'll face William Kynaston. Here's the 1-2. That's a hard hit ball. The shortstop playing deep. Miller gets it over in time. Nice work by Miller. 1 away. So with 1 out, Twin Cities goes back to the top of their order. Chataway struggling a bit here near the mid-season mark. He's 0 for 1 tonight, hitting .217 on the season with 7 RBIs. He takes the 1-2 from Billy the Kid. And he goes down looking. Make it 2 strikeouts for Kynaston. Chataway not happy about that call. He trots back to the dugout. And with 2 outs, Charles Masterson's up. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He takes the 0-2 from Kynaston. Another strikeout looking. Call it 3 strikeouts for Billy the Kid. And Twin Cities goes down in order. We go to the bottom of the third. Alfred Miller up, hitting .256. He's got 8 RBIs from that 8-hole. Here's the pitch. And he is hit. Looks like he's all right. Wild pitch gets away from Winnall. and Miller is awarded first base. Looks like a bunt. That's going to advance the runner. Kynaston with a nice bunt to put Miller on second base. So 1 out now, runner on second. Back to the top of the Oilers order with Bennett. Bennett 0 for 1 today. He takes the 2-2. High fly ball deep into center field, tracked down by Lawrence. 2 down. 2 outs. Alfred Miller on second. Leroy Earnshaw's up to bat. Earnshaw hitting .324. He takes the 1-0. Hard hit ball down the right field line. That's going to be fair. It's going to bounce off the wall. Outfielder going deep to retrieve it, and Miller is well into home before the throw even comes in. That is an RBI double by Earnshaw. That'll put the Oilers ahead 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. Really nice hit by Earnshaw. That'll bring up Charles Bird. So 2 outs. Winnall will face Bird. He takes the 0-1. Hard hit shot down the third baseline. That'll be thrown right away to first to end the inning. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, a runner left on. It's 1-0 as the Oilers take the lead on the Miller double. Top of the fourth, William Kynaston will face Raymond Stevenson. Stevenson's 0 for 1 tonight. Stevenson taking the 2-1 from Kynaston. That's a base hit into left field. Stevenson will be chased back to first. So a nice base hit here to stop the top of the fourth. And here's Elmer Lawrence. Lawrence is third in the Western League in RBIs with 17, behind Curtis Rose, the shortstop, who hits just after him. So a lot of production from Twin Cities. Runner on first, no outs. Here's the bunt attempt, and Lawrence will try to pull back, but it's in there for a strike. 0-1. How's it going, Valley Rat? Here's the 2-1. That'll be a bunt laid down right in front of the plate. Nicely done. So Lawrence will advance Stevenson to second, 1 away. To bring up Curtis Rose. Curtis Rose hitting very well from the middle of the order. He is 0 for 1 tonight. And here's the full count payoff. Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts for Billy the Kid. So with 2 outs now and a runner on second, Walter Hall's up to bat. Walter Hall is 1 for 1 tonight. Full count. That's going to be a high fly ball into right field. Morris is there. Side retired, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. A man left on base, and the score is unchanged, 1-0, Pittsburgh. Bottom of the fourth now, James Knight. He's 0 for 1 tonight, batting .290 on the season, 16 RBIs. Here's the 1-0 on the way from Speedy Winnall. Hard hit ball, base hit into right field in the gap between first and second base, and it looks like Knight is aboard. Hard off the bat, fielded well by Chataway. So with no outs, we have a runner on first. Here comes Wilfred Longforth, the 0-1. Nice bunt down the first baseline. Rushing in on it is Stevenson. Masterson covering, and the sacrifice bunt will move up Knight to second. So with 1 out, runner on second, Knight in scoring position for Fletcher West. West with a fly ball into shallow left field. Moving up on it is Hall. 2 away. So rookie John Morris, who hit into the double play in his first at-bat in the LBL, will try to redeem himself here. No pressure. Runner on second, 2 outs. Full count. That is a fly ball into right field. Racing up on it is Chataway. And Morris is 0 for 2. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. Oilers still out in front of the Empire, 1-0. Top of the fifth for Billy the Kid. Gaston Manwaring is 1 for 1 tonight, .372 on the season. Really nice start by Gaston. Here's the 0-2 from Kynaston. Hard hit ball deep into right field. But Morris is there. One out here in the top of the fifth for catcher Archie Adams. He takes the full count payoff from Kynaston. That'll be a fly ball, deep left field, plenty of time. And Bennett is there. So 2 down now. Good work so far by Kynaston this inning, as the pitcher Albert Winnall will round out the bottom of the Twin City order. Here's the 0-1 to Winnall. Fly ball, right field, near the gap. That's going to be there for a base hit. Winnall has some time. He's going to haul into second base. Powerful throw by Morris. But Winnall will evade the tag, and he is up, and he's safe. So a nice throw by Morris, but a better hit by Winnall. Sliding double by the pitcher, and he'll go 1 for 2 on the night. So with 2 outs, it'll put a runner on second for Marion Chataway. Chataway 0 for 2 tonight. As we mentioned last time, he's off to a rough start. It'll be a hard hit ball right to the second baseman. Knight will throw it over and retire Chataway. And he's out. So that retires the side. Nothing going on one base hit for Twin City. Pittsburgh still ahead 1-0. So close game so far. Pretty good pitching by both sides. As Speedy Winnall will look at Alfred Miller. Miller was pegged last time he was at bat. Miller, fly ball deep in that large center field. 1 away. That'll bring up Billy the Kid. Hitting .462. These pitchers are out of control in this league. Here's the 2-0 to Kynaston. Hard hit ball to the shortstop. Handled cleanly by Rose. Thrown in time. 2 down. So with 2 away, the Oilers will turn over their order to Theron Bennett. Bennett a very speedy batter. He takes the full count payoff from Winnall. Deep ball shot into the gap in left field. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Bennett's quick. He could see a triple here. He will hold up at second base. So Walter Hall, with that very strong arm, limits the damage a little bit. That's a triple against most teams, but wisely, Bennett's going to hold up at second. But a very powerful double into the gap in left field. Puts a runner on second with 2 outs. Runner on second with 2 outs becoming a bit of a staple in this game. Here's the 0-2 on the way to Earnshaw. Strikeout looking. Mark it 4 strikeouts for Albert Winnall to end the inning. The Oilers leading the umpire 1-0. So we go to the top of the 6th. Pittsburgh ahead 1-0 on Twin Cities. Billy the Kid will face Charles Masterson for the 3rd time. Masterson 0 for 2 tonight. 3-1 to Masterson. That is a fly ball into the gap in left field. That should roll all the way back to the wall as Masterson rounds second. They're going to hold him up at second base. Maybe would have had time, but better safe than sorry. Masterson, not the fastest guy around. So another powerful shot into that gap puts a runner on second with no outs and a chance for Twin City to evens it here with Raymond Stevenson. Stevenson's 1 for 2 tonight. He takes the 1-0. That's a fly ball into right field. Morris is there. So it's pretty good defense by the rookie. It looks like he's going to tag. Masterson will tag and make it to third on the sac fly. 1 out, runner on third for Elmer Lawrence. One of those doubles would be great by Elmer right now. Here's the 2-0. Hard hit ball into center field, and that will be over the head of the center fielder. Bird is going to have to chase after it, and Lawrence will lock in that double we prophesized and score Masterson easily from third. So Twin Cities ties it up here in the 6th inning on the RBI double from Elmer Lawrence. Curtis Rose up now. Trying to keep things going for Twin Cities here in the 6th. He takes the 0-1 from Billy the Kid. Hit that ball, be down the third baseline. Played well. No chance. Rose is out. 2 down. That'll bring up Walter Hall. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Billy the Kid's given up 6 hits and just 1 run so far. Pretty good. Looks like he's showing some signs of tiring here at 87 pitches. Here's full count on the way to Hall. That'll be another shot right into the gap. Then Lawrence is going to round third. Hall already hauling into second base, and he is there standing up. So an RBI stand-up double, 2 in a row, will put Twin Cities up 2-1. The bats really coming alive for Twin Cities here in the top of the 6th. Manwaring up to bat now. He's also hot. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Kynaston trying to regain his composure, giving up a couple runs after 5 pretty good innings. Here's the 1-0. Hard hit ball into right field, and a diving catch by rookie John Morris will end the inning. What a catch. Another flashy glove moment by the rookie Morris in his call-up game, and the umpire still manages to put 2 runs up on the board, now leading 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Charles Bird, 0 for 2 tonight. Pittsburgh looking to strike back after that powerful inning by Twin Cities. Speedy Winnall at just 63 pitches, so he's managing the game fairly well, and the 2-1 to Charles Bird. Hard hit ball deep to the shortstop, but Rose is there well in time, 1 down. And as the sun begins to set here at Oilers Ballpark, James Knight, 1 for 2 tonight, comes to the plate. He's hitting .296 this season. He takes the 0-2. That's a softly hit ball once again to Rose, and plenty of time for the superior glove. 2 down. Catcher Longworth is up now. 0 for 1 tonight. The 2-2. That is a ball hit directly to the shortstop, so a lot of action for Rose. 1, 2, 3 in order go to the Oilers, and the Empire maintaining their lead 2-1. Top of the 7th inning for Billy the Kid Kynaston. Archie Adams, the catcher, up to bat. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He takes the 1-2 from Kynaston. Hard hit ball into left field, but Hall is there. A rocket line drive. But Bennett makes the catch, 1 down. Winnall up to bat. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Had that big double last time. It's a weakly hit ball to the shortstop. Miller handles it, and Winnall is retired. So 2 down for Marion Chataway. Marion Chataway has won multiple playoff games by stealing home. He takes the 1-0. That's a hard hit ball to the shortstop. A lot of shortstop action. The side's retired. Clean inning for the Oilers. The Empire still hold the lead 2-1. And it's time for the 7th inning stretch. Bottom of the 7th inning, Albert Winnall will face Fletcher West. Strong performance so far by Speedy Winnall. Fletcher West is 1 for 2 tonight. Here's the 2-2. That is a rocket shot down the third baseline. It is gloved. Nicely done by Manwaring. 1 away. John Morris 0 for 2 tonight. Still looking for his first major league hit. Here's the pitch on the way from Winnall. That is a fly ball into deep center field. Lawrence is there. 0 for 3 goes Morris. And Alfred Miller, who you may recall from Philadelphia times. 0 for 1 tonight. Hitting in the 8-hole. Here's the 1-1. That is a blooper hitting the left field. That's going to work. And Miller will round second, but he'll be chased back. And with 2 outs, Pittsburgh has 1 aboard. Billy the Kid will hit. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He takes the 1-2. Swing and a miss. 5 strikeouts for Spinny Winnall to end the inning. Struck him out on a sinker. Side retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. So a narrow lead by Twin Cities. Vying for this second place spot. They'll head into the top of the 8th. Masterson up to bat, so they're in good position near the top of their order. They're going to leave Billy the Kid in. And here's the 2-2 on the way to Masterson. Hard hit ball into the gap in right field. That's going to roll to the wall. Masterson has an easy double. And that's brought in by Bird. A little bit behind, so hard hit double into the gap for Charles Masterson. Make him 2 for 4 tonight. Here comes Raymond Stevenson. 1 for 3 tonight. He takes the 0-1. Hard hit ball into the gap again, and that should score Masterson from second. Another double, and he's going to keep going. The cutoff man well behind the throw, and Raymond Stevenson with an RBI triple. That'll extend this Twin Cities lead 1-3. A lot of powerful hitting by both sides tonight. So far, Twin Cities on the upper edge. And with no outs and a runner on third, Kynaston is in a pretty deep hole here. Elmer Lawrence, who had the RBI double last at-bat, is up. Lawrence takes the 1-0. That's going to be shot into the right field for an RBI single. So just like that, Twin Cities goes up 4-1, and they're tearing this one open in the top of the 8th. Curtis Rose trying to keep this hot streak going. Billy the Kid collapsing here in the top of the 8th. He is exhausted, and that'll be another base hit into right field. Played on the hop by Morris. No outs to put runners on first and second. So you got to figure Billy the Kid will get replaced soon here. They're going to keep him out for Hall. Pretty clear that Kynaston is out of gas. Unfortunate given how good his start has been. He certainly has given up the ghost as he takes the 2-1. That bunt is going to advance the runners. Kynaston gets it over to first base. So 1 out will put runners on second and third on the sac bunt for Gaston Manwaring, who is 1 for 3 tonight. .122 pitches for Kynaston here in the 8th. He's going to walk Manwaring. Looks like they're going to do this one on purpose to face Adams with 1 out. Probably the smart move here. Manwaring hitting .365. And Adams 0 for 3 tonight. So looking for the double play here with Adams. Wouldn't be surprised if we see something low. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be a high fly ball in the deep right field. Might be enough. Runners are going to hold up. Morris with a pretty good arm. So 2 outs, bases loaded. They'll face Winnall. So walking Manwaring may have proven to be the right move here. Winnall's going to hit it right to the shortstop, and that is handled cleanly by Miller. So there's a base hit. Excuse me, there are 4 hits and 2 runs, 3 left on base, and the Empire increased their lead now after that inning. It's 4-1. I'd be very surprised if we see Kynaston come out again here in the 9th. Winnall will stay in and face the top of the Pittsburgh order. A couple of frames left for Pittsburgh to come back from the 4-1 deficit. Here's the 1-2 on the way to Bennett. Bennett is 1 for 3 tonight. Grounder right to the second baseman, and Masterson puts him away, 1 down. Now to bring up Leroy Earnshaw. Earnshaw is 2 for 3 tonight. He's got an RBI. He takes the 2-2 from Speedy Winnall. Hard hit ball into left field. That should be played on the hop by left fielder Hall. And Earnshaw now 2 for 4. Well, a nice night for Earnshaw. They'll get a runner on first base with 1 out. Charles Bird looking to turn things around in the 8th inning for Pittsburgh. Full count. That'll be a softly hit ball to the shortstop. That is a throw that he beats out. Somehow Rose just doesn't get it out of his hand in time. And a nice hustle by Bird to put Earnshaw on second. And the tying run is at the plate in James Knight. Winnall at 104 pitches, but he's got pretty good stamina. Takes the 0-2. It's a hard hit ball to the shortstop, flicked over to second and over back to first for a double play. Nice move to end the inning, and Pittsburgh cut off in their run. Twin City up 4-1. Top of the night, one more chance for Twin Cities to increase this lead with Marion Chataway. They're back up to the top of their order for the 5th time around. 1-0 on the way to Chataway. It's a hard hit ball down the third baseline. That'll be snagged neatly by by Earnshaw. Earnshaw fires it over in time. Nice play. And there's one down. Charles Masterson up. He is 2 for 4 tonight. That's a weakly hit to the pitcher. That's grabbed by Kynaston, well ahead of the runner. 2 down. Well, I am surprised that Kynaston came back out, but so far it's been okay. He's at 131 pitches, well beyond his normal stamina. Here's the 2-0. This is on the way to Stevenson. Stevenson hits it down the third baseline, and he's there in time. So Twin City goes down in order. Last chance for the Oilers to turn things around. They're still down 4-1. Wilfred Longworth, the catcher, up to bat. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He takes the 2-2. Popped up behind the third baseline, and what a sprint by Archie Adams to get the out. So out number 1 here in the 9th on the straight-up Olympic sprint toward the dugout by Archie Adams. So that foul ball is caught to put 1 away. Fletcher West up next for Winnall. Winnall looking for the complete game here. Really nice game by Speedy so far. Here's the 1-2. Fly ball, right field. That's put away by Chataway, 2 down. Well, call-up rookie John Morris is 0 for 3 today. Long career ahead of him. As he faces Albert Winnall, the last chance for the Oilers to get something going, he'll take the 2-2. Swing and a miss for Morris. He'll strike out again, and that'll do it here in Pittsburgh, falling to Twin Cities, 4-1. Solid performance by Albert Speedy Winnall. Close game overall, but Kynaston unable to hang on, and I think his stamina really showed in that game. So, taking a look at the game log in the post game here, you can see that just a few more hits for Twin Cities. We saw a lot of doubles today. A couple of rough innings for Kynaston. Otherwise, a fairly clean game. Really nice game by Winnall, who they mark as the player of the game. 2 hits by Masterson, Stevenson, and Lawrence. 3 hits by Earnshaw over in Pittsburgh. And Lawrence will maintain that record for doubles in the Western League. And that'll do it here on a Sunday. Thanks for watching. This has been a fun game, Twin Cities. Victorious over the Pittsburgh Oilers to climb up in the standings. We'll see how the rest of this series goes when we finish the sim. Thanks for watching. I'm Drew, and this has been Legacy Baseball.